Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Welcome to my online class, my dear pupils and viewers. Hope you are well by the grace of the Almighty Allah. I am also well by the grace of the Almighty Creator Allah. Stay home, stay safe, my dear friends. We will discuss today on some rules of voices and in part 4 in English. Please look at the board, please. When we find any reflexive pronoun as the object, because reflexive pronoun can never be a subject in any sentence. Reflexive pronoun is always used as the object of verb or preposition. So the subject will be subject. Subject will not be changed. For example, she killed herself. Herself here is the reflexive pronoun and the object of kill verb, and it will be object of by preposition, and subject will not be changed. We bring she as subject. The subject will be subject. It will not be changed, and it is past indefinite tense. So we bring she third person singular. So we bring the verb was as auxiliary verb, and the first participle of the main verb killed, and before the reflexive pronoun we add a by preposition, the by preposition, and reflexive pronoun will be the object of by preposition, and it will be from active voice to passive voice. In the same way, she hurt herself. The subject will be subject she. It is past indefinite tense because she third person singular, and it does not take any as or es, so it is past indefinite tense, and we take she third person singular. We take the be verb was as auxiliary verb, and we use the past participle of the main verb heart, and we add the by preposition before the reflexive pronoun herself. So it will be from active to passive. In the same way, the subject he will be the subject, and it is past indefinite tense, third person singular. So we bring was be verb as auxiliary verb, and we use the past participle of poison verb, and we use by preposition before the reflexive pronoun, and this reflexive pronoun herself, himself will be the objects of by preposition here. In the same way, we can sense from passive to active by applying opposite rules. In the same way, so the subject will be subject, auxiliary verb will be omitted, and when we find was or were, it is past indefinite tense. So we use the past form of kill verb, and then we will remove the preposition by, and we use herself as the object of kill verb. In the same way, the subject will be subject, and there we find was auxiliary verb. So it is past indefinite tense, was will be omitted, and we use the first form of hard main verb hard, and we will remove the preposition by, and we will use herself, the reflexive pronoun as the object of the main verb heart. The subject will be subject, and there we find was be verb as auxiliary verb. It is past indefinite tense, and we will remove from the be verb, and we will use the past form of poison verb as main verb, and we will remove or omit the preposition by, and use the reflexive pronoun himself as the object of the main verb poison. And in this way we can easily sense passive to active with reflexive pronoun. Interrogative sentence. The passive voice of any interrogative sentence will be also interrogative sentence. According to the rules, at first And for WS word, we use at first WS word, after that auxiliary verb, after that the subject, after that the main verb, after other words. At last we use a note of interrogation or an interrogation mark. Who One thing we should remember for making change voice for interrogative sentence, when we find inactive voice who, we will use in the passive voice by whom, and when we find inactive voice whom, we will use who. Who wrote this poem? Who wrote this poem? We can also make rough, and we after the after making rearrange, we will cut fend through the line, or we can make rough another face, rough face. For example, we can make change easily. This poem is the object. We will make this poem object as subject. It is past and definite tense, right, wrote. So the poem, this poem is third person singular. So we will bring was as auxiliary verb, verb, and we will use the past participle from of, right, wrote, written, and we will bring by preposition and the object of who, whom. So it is the but we will rearrange in proper sequence. At first, whom is the object of by preposition. So both will be gone together. We will use this word. After this word, we will use auxiliary verb. After this, we will use the subject. After that, the main verb and other words, and at last we will use a note of interrogation. Whom did you help? Whom did you help? We know when we find whom, the word whom, it is an objective case, an object in the active voice, and in the passive voice we will use the subjective case who. So whom will be who in the passive voice, and it is past and definite tense because there is did auxiliary verb. So we will bring in the passive voice was or were. With who we will bring was as auxiliary verb, and then we will use the past participle of main verb help, and then we will bring by preposition, and the subject you will be the object of by preposition, and at last we will use a note of interrogation. Why did you break the cup? We find it as auxiliary verb in this sentence, so it is past and definite tense. We can also make rough. WS word. At first we will use, then the object, the cup, will be the subject in the passive voice, and it is past and definite tense. The cup, third person singular. So we will bring the be verb was as auxiliary verb. After them we will use the past participle of main verb, break, broke, broken, and after that we will use by preposition, and the subject will be the object of by preposition, and then we will make or rearrange in proper sequence. At first we will bring this word. After that we will bring the auxiliary verb. After them we will bring the subject. After them we will bring the main verb. After them we will bring the preposition by and its object you, and then at last we will use the note of interrogation. In this way, we can make an interrogative sentence from active to passive. By applying opposite rules, we vice versa rules, we can also easily change from passive to active. By whom, it is the object, so we can remove by, and whom will be the subject, object will be the subject, who. and it was will be removed, and it is will be past and definite tense, right, wrote, written, subject, first form of main verb, written, and then the subject will be the object of main verb. At last we will use a note of interrogation. Home, the subject. Who, the subject will be the object of object home, and there is was be verb as auxiliary verb. So it is past and definite tense. So we will bring did as auxiliary verb instead of was, and then the object will be the subject you, and after we know after do, does, did, and we will use the base form of main verb. At last we will use a note of interrogation. In the same way, we will bring why, WH word, and then there is was the verb as auxiliary verb, so it is past and definite tense. Instead of the verb was, we will bring did as auxiliary verb in the active voice, and the object will be the subject you, and we know after do, does, did, we use the base form of main verb broken, break, and the subject will be the object of main verb. The cup will be the object of main verb break, and at last we will use a note of interrogation. Modal auxiliary. When we find in the active voice any modal auxiliary, we in most cases we bring the same modal auxiliary in the passive voice, and after that we will bring be verb. Should be, can be, must be, may be, might be. After that we will use past participle of main verb. I can do it. It here it is the object, and we will bring in the passive voice as subject, and we will bring the modal auxiliary can, and after can we will add be, and we will bring the past participle of do, verb, done, and we will bring by preposition, and the subject will be the object of by preposition. I will be me. In the he may write a letter. The letter or the object will be the subject, and we will bring may a modal auxiliary verb, and we will bring be verb maybe, and then we will write the past participle of main verb write, written, and we will bring by preposition, and the subject will be the object. He will be the object of by preposition him. The rich should not hate the poor. In the same way, the poor object will be the subject, and we bring the modal auxiliary, same modal auxiliary should. After should we will bring not adverb, and then we will use the be verb be as auxiliary verb also, and then we will use the past participle of main verb hated, and we know generally normally the rich hate the poor, so it is a common subject. We can understood the common subject in the passive voice by the rich, this part. In the by applying vice versa rules, we can easily change passive from passive to active voice. We know after the preposition by, the original subject is used as object. So me will be the subject I. We bring the modal auxiliary can, and be will be omitted, and we know after any modal auxiliary we use the base form of main verb do, does, do, did, done, and we use did, and the subject will be the object of main verb do. The subject him will be the subject he, and we bring the modal auxiliary may, and we will omit the be verb be, and we after modal auxiliary we will bring the base form of main verb write, wrote, written, write, and the subject will be the object of main verb write, a letter. In the same way, here the understood object with by preposition, we will suppose it, we will bring it, the rich, we will omit the the preposition by, and the object we omitted understood object, the rich will be subject, and we will bring should as modal auxiliary, and we will use not, and be the verb be will be omitted, and after should any modal auxiliary we will use base form of main verb head, and the subject poor in the passive voice of passive voice will be the object of main verb head, the poor, that is should not hate the poor. In the same way we can easily change voice. My dear friends and viewers, no more today. Good night, Fiamanillah.